What up, what up, what up? It's Shit Talking Tuesday, and we're your hosts, Mariah and Ty. Ty, happy Victory Monday. Victory Monday, finally. How you doing?
It's been a while, right? My goodness. Seems like it felt
Man,
like forever. Sheesh. But yes, Victory Monday, Tuesday, everything. It's all good. And I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, it's been a long time since we had a Victory Monday, Victory Tuesday, Victory anything when it comes to the
Exactly.
49ers. So, um, yeah, like we talked about just needing a win for every
Yep.
regardless if they end up losing out, they don't make the playoffs, whatever. Like they needed this fucking win. Like it had
Yeah.
been so long since they had won. Like they're dealing with so much outside of football. And it's just like, and not only they needed it, the faithful needed this win. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's
Yeah.
been rough. It's been rough being a 49ers fan. And a lot of fans are like, well, our teams are ass and we're not there crying like you guys. And it's like, well, you're used to your team being ass because they're always
That's the
ass.
thing.
So it's nothing new to you. We're not
Right.
used to this.
Nope.
We didn't expect this. We're supposed to be good. So a big difference. So yeah. Chat, what's up? Happy Victory Tuesday.
What
Happy
up?
Shit Talking Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great start to your weeks. Throwback, Don, first two in the door, per usual.
It's good.
Appreciate you both. Make sure, if you guys aren't subscribed to Ty's channel, that you please go subscribe. He hit 300 subscribers today. Congrats. Go subscribe.
Thank you all.
Stay Faithful Podcast if you're not subscribed already. The link's in the description box of this video, so you can just click it, go subscribe.
Bam.
Yeah. Rob D, what's good? What's good? Jimmy, what up? Collie, what's
up,
good? Alberto, what's good? What's good? Steve-O, what up?
You wait. Steve always wants to win something.
All right. So what's up to everybody? I hope you guys are doing great. Before we get into any football related, if you could see, and obviously when you logged into the stream, you saw the pinned tweet at the top or pinned comments, whatever it's called. And you see scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you go to the comments, go to the description box of this video, at the very top, there will be a link to a Twitter post that I made. It was quote tweeting a friend of mine, Ashley's tweet. I know, a lot of people, obviously money is not great for anybody right now, but from now until Christmas, every podcast I do, I'm going to try to get her some help. In her tweet, she explains everything she's going through, but basically, she's a single mom of two young girls. She's going through court, trying to get custody of her daughters, and legal fees and everything has just drained her. So she's short on cash. Obviously, she can't even pay her bills for the month. So that means how's she going to have Christmas for her girls? So there is her Venmo and Cash App floating down on the screen. If you can, I would greatly appreciate it. Also in her tweet, there's an Amazon wish list for gifts for her girls. If you're able, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, I'm going to be trying to push this from now until Christmas just to get her any kind of help that we can get. For somebody I know as somebody that's independent like her, for her to come and ask for help, like she had to be severely struggling to be able to actually go and actually ask for people to help her. It takes a lot asking for help. Those that are independent understand that. So, I just want to do the best that I can to try to get her that help since she is, asking. So yeah, that's the info there. Like I said, the tweets, everything explains if you need proof or whatever, it's all there. So yeah, that's what all that is. So I greatly appreciate it. In my tweet, I even said, if whoever was planning to do for me or for mine for Christmas, please do for her and for hers instead. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you. And if you have Twitter X, please if you can't help, the least you can do is reshare, retweet. It don't cost you a thing to retweet, and it could somebody that we don't, somebody it could come across somebody's eyes that could really help her. So,
Exactly.
just retweet if you can't do anything else. Appreciate it so much. So yeah, let me see who else came through the door before we get started. Where were we? Don Block Drop. Oh my god.
Drama in the chat.
Don.
What up with that? What'd you do, Rob? What did you do?
Let's see. McNiner. What's good?
What's up?
Good to see you. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you. Jason, what's good?
What's up, Jason?
All right. So yeah. Finally, we have a dub to talk about. But it seems like, finally get a win to talk about, and then it's like we have to have a slew of injuries that come with it. Like, how are we going to be on our 10th running back by the time we're to the end of the season? Like, it's so crazy. So we'll definitely get into those injuries too. But just overall, like, how are you feeling? Obviously, it was just against the Bears, but like I said, we needed a win. It doesn't matter who it comes against. We only had a game difference between our records. So just against the Bears, I don't give a shit. We got the dub. So how you feeling about it?
I feel good. I don't care if it's just against the Bears. They're an NFL team who plays on the field. I remember a few years ago, week 1, it was like, oh, we're playing and it's just against the Bears. We're going to win. And we wound up losing that game.
Exactly.
So F that. I'm feeling good that we got a W. And, their offense has been bad, but their defense has been playing pretty good lately. So I'm very happy that our offense went out and looked like the 49ers offense that we know and love, right? It looked like 49ers football.
Yeah.
It felt like 49ers football. So it was great to see. The defense went out, was dominant. It was awesome. Just a great game from start to finish. Very happy for Isaac doing his thing. It was good to see some guys step up on defense. The vibes are all good right now because just from, like I said, from start to finish, it felt like 49ers football.
Yeah, like that was my main thing. I kept saying, like, throughout the game, and even at the top of my notes when I went to write it, is like, where has this been?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Like, we didn't get back, this is what people were expecting the offense to look like when we got CMC back. It's not like we went like a drastic up change for the team to look like this.
Nope.
We lost players. So where the hell have you guys been? Because obviously you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, this looked like a night and day different football team. Yep. All aspects. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it.
Everything.
Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It looked like, like last year's team and the year before. Not this year's team. So it was just refreshing. It was absolutely refreshing. And I'm like, all right, this is what we need to be doing every week. Just show me this good performance every week, and I can live with this. Not that shit that's been going on for this season.
With the way that our offense has been struggling to actually be able to put up some freaking points, For them to come out and get a touchdown that opening drive, and then for our defense to come out 3 and out, I felt like that set the tone right there for the way the entire game went after that.
Yeah.
like even though the score was only 7-0 at that point, I felt like the Bears never stood a chance after that. Like there was them, you know, even though there was times, you know, in the second half that they scored, whatever, the game was out of fucking hand. At that point. Like there was never a point in that game when I felt like the Bears were going to come back and win. And we've had those games this season, and we've talked about it, where we've been up and we feel so good, feels like the game is ours. And then the other team comes back and fucking snatches it, steals our fucking souls and snatches the dub right away. And we even talked about other games that we've been up and we could never feel confident after that point, because it's always like, okay, is the other team going to come back and snatch our fucking soul? Like, when's it going to happen? But I never felt that way during this game. It was just something was different. It just felt different from the very start. And it just, oh my gosh, you know, a lot has been made about Shanahan asking some of the players to speak in the team meeting Saturday night. And I remember we used to hear about this, you know, quite often when Jimmy was a quarterback, back when Shanahan, you know, first started coaching here, where, you know, different players would speak and yada, yada, yada. But I haven't really heard anything about it lately. Well, Kittle had said that Shanahan used to have them speak a lot, and mostly the vets, but he hadn't asked them in a while. And then Lynch said it's a pretty rare thing. So Shanahan and the players that he asked were, and I love this, Deommodore Lenoir, Brock Purdy, and then George Kittle and Fred Warner also spoke. Now, Lenoir, I've been tweeting out ever since whenever that next season he will have a C on his chest. And this just further cements that, you know, and all the players were like, well, you know, did it work? Did you listen? Yada, yada. And they all made it seem like, well, when guys get up there and speak that don't normally speak, like, you listen. And like they said, like Deommodore Lenoir, and Lynch even said this, like, we picked him because Shanahan said, which players are our grittiest players? Which are our players, you know, like, and so that's why we chose Deommodore Lenoir. And he even said, there was something he said that I really liked. He said he's gritty and the guys respect and love him. He said he could have got up there and it didn't matter what the fuck he said, but those guys were going to be bought in because it was him up there speaking. And pretty much the same thing with Brock Purdy. Like, Brock Purdy is a quiet guy. He leads by example. He's that type of guy. You know, he speaks when he needs to, and he needed to, and the guys listened, you know. So whether this was, you know, and most of them said, you know, it's not responding to any type of rah thing that's going to make you get out there and play better. Like, you got to get out there and fucking do it. You got to get out there and execute, you know. But whatever it was, it helped the vibes. It helped turn the juice up. It helped them want to play for each other. I don't know, but it was different. Like, I hadn't seen that from this 49ers team. I can't remember the last fucking time. I don't know if all this fucking season, to be honest. Like, I can't remember.
Probably haven't seen it since the last time players got up and spoke in front of each other, right? Like, it hasn't happened, but it needed to happen. Like, they needed to have a come to Jesus moment amongst themselves to be like, yo, we're better than this. This is unacceptable. Either we turn it around or we go home right now, because this ain't it. And they know it. They probably just needed to hear it amongst themselves. And Deommodore Lenoir is a young leader. I don't care if he doesn't have a C on his chest right now or whatever. We all know he's like the second best player on defense out there right now, right? He's the best corner out there, and he's the second best linebacker out there for what he does in the box and stuff. Like, it's Fred Warner, him, and then one of the other linebackers.
Probably the third best D line.
Exactly. He's in there, in there tackling on the run, taking on guards and tackles and stuff. Like he's just gritty, doing it all. So when he speaks, yeah, you're going to listen.
Yep.
So yeah, and I agree with you. He'll have a C on his chest next year, but like this year, he's playing like one and he's acting like one. And shoot, if we seeing it, they're definitely seeing it, on the team and in the locker room. So it's great to hear him talk. And it's not like he's new.
Yeah.
This is what, 4th year, and he started as a rookie and went through his growing pains, and now look where he is. So that's a guy you want to listen to, a guy who's worked his way up and knows what it means to be here. So yeah, it was much needed, and they definitely responded. And now it's all right. Let's keep this going. Like, don't let it be a one-game thing. Let's keep it going. So yeah. I'm excited to see how this translates now to Thursday, seeing as they have enough bodies to put a team on the field. My goodness. These fucking injuries.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, oh my God. And like Diamador, Isaac Guerrero, like for that being his first game starting, like hats off to the kid. Like, man, to be our all the way down running back in pecking order, it's finally your time. And man, like hell of a game by the rookie. So yeah, shout out to him. I really hope, they're saying it's a foot sprain.
Right.
But they're making it seem like obviously they're not practicing him, trying to rest it as much as possible to see if he'll be able to go Thursday. But from what Shanahan's saying and from what Lynch said as well, like he's trying to push to play, you know, so that kid, like tough kid as well on top of it.
Yeah. Very happy for him.
Enough to go.
Yeah, me too. I'm so happy for him. I was excited to see him play. I was so angry when Shanahan put him on the shelf when CMC came back and basically forgot about him. It's like, dude, you can use him. Like, you can give him a number of plays and use him, and he'll be effective. So it's a damn shame it took a bunch of injuries for him to get some run, but here we are. And he shined. I mean, what was it, 78 yards rushing, 50 receiving, 2 touchdowns. That's number 1 running back material right there.
Yep.
He got the job done. And, even when he got injured, you saw him on the sideline working it out. Like he was jogging and running and trying to do things to get back out there. But I think they held him out like, nah, let's go check this out. So hopefully it's not bad. He can stay off of it these next 2 days and be able to play on Sunday, because I really love for him to be out there again. But kudos to him, man. He put on a show.
Yeah, I was trying to look for this defensive numbers because the defense, like I said, even though they had given up points there in the second half, man, they had what, seven sacks?
7 sacks. They got
Gross Matos 3.
Yep.
Floyd with 2. And that's with no Bosa. Like we've talked about how since we lost Bosa, that defense has been like, gosh,
the D-line hasn't gotten after it. Yeah. But they did on this day.
Yeah. Like, where have you guys been?
I know. And that's part of that, like, whatever was said in that meeting, like something clicked, something turned on. Like, you know what? Yeah. We can't wait for like this guy to come back or that guy to come back. We got to get out there and do it. No matter who's on the field. Exactly. You got to be the guy. Like you was brought here for a reason. Like Leonard Floyd, you was brought here for a reason. Gross Matos, you was brought here for a reason. Time to step up and start playing.
Yeah.
So it was great to see them get after it. And it wasn't just for the first half or the first 3 quarters. It was all 4 quarters. They was getting after it. And that's what we need. That was part of the thing. The team played hard for all 4 quarters and didn't let up. Damn it, where has that been all season?
Yeah.
Like that's exactly the football we've been waiting on.
A complete team win for all 4 quarters. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What?
I know, right? What is this?
Groundhog's Day? What the fuck's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Something going on. Aliens
Like
or what happened?
You hear all of our fans just exhale and be like, finally.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my
man.
gosh.
Like when I say we all needed that, like we all needed that.
Yeah.
And you know, something I have put out there, and we had talked about this all freaking week. Get Kittle the fucking ball. Look what happens. Imagine that.
It's such a no-brainer.
You know, you get the best tight end in football, the ball.
But hello. Hello. Right? It's such a no-brainer. And it's like, oh man, it's so hard to explain. You scratch your head, and I understand sometimes teams try to take him away and things like that, but there's little things you can do to get him the ball. Like yesterday, we saw a bunch of just middle screens to him, right? Just quick dump offs. Just get the ball in his hands and let him do something. And he did. And it could be just as simple as that. And we know how effective he is. And it's like, we should be doing this every game. Every game. He should be getting his dedicated 5 to 6 targets minimum a game. And just let him go off because we know he's capable of it. So, you know, hopefully, you know, the light bulb goes off in Shanahan's head. And, you know, he's communicating to freaking Brock like, hey, this play goes to George. Ain't number one. Nobody else. All right. Unless he's double teamed, then you go to somebody else. But get the ball to George. And he keeps dialing it up because it's so freaking well, it's just so easy.
In the presser, George even said, like, one of those plays, he was supposed to be the third read.
Yeah.
And Brock recognized the coverage and just went to Kittle first because he already knew he was going to be open.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what we need, Brock. Like, if Kyle ain't fucking drawing the shit up right, like, do what you got to do to get the ball.
Yeah. And I like that. And we've seen Brock do that in the past where, like, you know, Kittle's the third, fourth guy and he gets the ball to him. And it's like, yeah, take some onus on yourself to do that. Like, if you see, oh, man, he's going to be open, F that. I'm getting him the ball. I'm going to him. I'm going to look off the safety and I'm going back to him. Like, do it and let him go off. Because when he goes off, everything else just works, right? All of a sudden, the run game is better and everyone else is catching passes. It just makes for a better offense overall.
And pretty much, like, let's be honest, it's Kittle. So even if he has one guy, two guys near him, like, that's pretty open for him. Like, I'm trusting him pretty, you know, like, throw him up the ball, give him a chance. Let him freaking do the rest. You know, hashtag dub to get into the first giveaway. Hashtag dub. DUB. First giveaway. Let me show you what we're doing. We got Nick Bosa, a little sparkly hall pass. Hopefully he uses it to get his ass back on the field. We got Fred Warner, all pro Fred. Pro Bowl voting has started, so make sure you get those votes in. And then we got Brock Purdy, flamethrower. So get your asses in there, all right?
Hashtag in, y'all.
We're closing out the show with the rookies. We got all 3 rookies to close out the show, all right?
Nice.
All right. Hashtag dub. Get in there. What the hell was I saying now? Oh, so, you know, it's funny because all of us can see, right? Get Kittle the ball, great things happen. We spent this whole past week talking about stop getting the ball to Deebo. Like, he's your number one target, and he's either locked up or he's not fucking catching it. Like, why? Go to Juwan, go to fucking Kittle. Like, those are the two that are making shit happen right now. So why are we not using them? You know, like, talked about it. Bang the fucking table all week long. So the 49ers finally get a dub. They used Jennings and Kittle. Both went off in this game. Both had great games. And Deebo wants to go onto Twitter, obviously searching his name, seeing that people are talking about that he's struggling, that he's this, that he's that, and tweets out, not struggling at all, just not getting the ball. And this emoji. Just not getting the ball. I said, oh, just like you didn't get the ball in the Super Bowl? Like, just like you haven't got the ball in every single game this season, except for this last game that we just won? That your two guys that did get the ball went off, and you go to Twitter and this is how you're fucking acting? Somebody that's been locked up all fucking season long? That Ayuk went down, so you're getting the number one cornerback attention and you can't get the fuck out of it?
There you go. Talk about it.
So much so that against the Bears, they took their number one cornerback off of Deebo and put him on Juwan Jennings.
Yep. Look at that.
And I would, if it's smart, teams would continue to do that. Because why you're continuing to put your number one corner, why you would ever even put your number one corner on Deebo?
You know it's going to happen. Like, they're going to put their number one corner or George or Juwan. He's going to get the backup guy, the third and fourth guy. It's going to happen.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, until he starts showing up, it's going to happen. Now, in his defense, I do want to say that stuff Kyle calls, the short passes and the runs and all that crap, it's dead. It ain't working no more. Especially to him. It ain't working. Like, he caught that nice first pass, a 20-yard pass downfield. That was great. You know, let's see if he can do a little bit more of that. Get him on the crossing passes and things like that. Let's see if he can work that out. But all that short stuff behind the line of scrimmage and him running the ball, it ain't working. For whatever reason, it ain't working. Whether it's him, whether it's the blocking, whatever, just cut it out because it's garbage. I'm sick of seeing him getting a pitch and going nowhere. It's like, you could have called a quarterback sneak and got more yards than that.
Yeah.
What's the use? Like, yo,
I could not believe Deebo, out of all guys, is going to get on social media and try to complain about not getting the ball.
Yeah. Like, dude, you get the ball more than anybody. Kyle calls whole game plans for you. Whole game plans for you. We sit here and argue that Kittle needs the ball more. Juwan Jennings needs the ball more, right? We never say Deebo needs the ball more.
Exactly.
So, like, dude, like, come on.
Kali says Deebo has the second most touches on the team behind Mason.
Check that out. The running back. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not like crazy. He's getting running back carries to be up there. Like that's the reason why he's that high on the list, you know?
Exactly.
Wow. Hashtag dub. Get in the giveaway. Hashtag dub. Miss Debbie. What's good, Miss Debbie?
What's going on, Miss Deb?
I see you.
What up,
see you. That was my thoughts exactly. Like finally the team gets a win. Yeah. And that was your concern? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, so we know Brock's still a young guy, right? So is he going to be influenced? Like he talked about, oh, Deebo's like one of my best friends on the team.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
he's going out and saying, oh, well, I'm not getting the ball enough.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
So do we see Brock try to be going to Deebo, or,
I don't think Brock is just get the ball to the open man, the read he sees, what he sees. And it's like you heard George say it like, yo, I was the third read on this play. I was this. Brock saw that he was coming open. I'm get the ball to him. We saw in the past where, remember that Seattle game at home? I think it was just last year, where like Deebo was the fourth read on a play and Brock put it up to him. Like Brock is going to go to the best guy who gives him the opportunity to make a play. Yeah, I don't think it's favoritism at all. Unless Kyle's like, hey, on this play, he's the number one. Try to go to him. Try to go to him. Like, if it's a heavy game plan in someone's favor. Well, other than that, no favoritism at all.
Maybe Kyle will be trying to have some favoritism, probably. Deebo's his guy.
Kyle has called, like I said, makes a whole game plan around Deebo. He's done it plenty of times before.
Why?
He still does it, right? Whole game plans around this dude. So he can definitely do it again. But like, that's a detriment to the offense. You want to get everyone involved. Yeah. So the defense can't key on one guy. And also when you get George Kittle cooking, Juwan Jennings cooking, you get the running back cooking. That's when we score 6 touchdowns and, put up mad points.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Giveaway time.
What's up, Jeff? 49er Jeff.
What's good, Jeff?
What's good? We have Memphis barbecue Deebo in the past. Getting McRib now.
That's right. We downgraded. They brought that McRib back.
Oh my god. I hate that McRib.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me. All right. Let's draw some winners. I'm going to draw Bosa, then Fred, then Brock. So good luck, everybody. Good luck. Let's see. We have someone swipe up everything.
Well, it's Debbie. All right.
Congrats. Congrats.
On a roll. Yep. Congrats.
Bosa's yours. Let's see if Miss Debbie swipes them all up. All right. This is for Fred. Good luck. Rob D.
Rob, congrats.
Fred is yours, sir. All right. For Brock Purdy. Purge the word. Good luck.
We got. David.
McNiner.
Right. Congrats.
3 different winners. Wow.
Exactly.
Spreading
the winnings around. Yep. Jeff asked, do you think the league is caught up to Kyle's scheme?
Oh,
my opinion,
good question.
No. I don't think so. Kyle still knows how to dial it up. He can get in this bag. It's a matter of execution. The guys all 11 have to go out there and execute. I've seen plenty of games this year where there's guys wide open and they're not getting the ball because of bad quarterback thing, or the line broke down, something like that, or guys would fall down on a route where they'll be open, all kinds of crap, right? It's execution. They got to go out there and freaking do what they know how to do, like do what they did on this past Sunday, right? Think of just all the red zone woes we've had. How many times we've been in the red zone but can't get into the end zone? It's a matter of execution. They're not executing. And there's been plenty of times where guys have been open, the running lanes have been there, but we don't execute to take advantage of it. It's been terrible. Now, I do want to say, just Charles Barkley, terrible. Yes.
Terrible.
I do want to say, though, when it comes to Deebo in the backfield, I think teams are on to that, and they attack it, and they attack him. Like, I was watching the game just Sunday. Like, Deebo motioned into the backfield, and then you saw the safety immediately come down in the box. And then the linebacker and the safety, like, immediately went after Deebo. It was like, screw everything else. We attacking him. Mm-hmm. So teams kind of feel that, all right, if he's in the backfield, he's getting the ball. So Kyle's got to freaking change it up. Like, play action to him or send him out on a wheel route. Do some different things with him to throw a team off balance. So it's not just, oh, Deebo's back there, he's getting the ball. Let's get after him.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I've heard, like, for the past 2 seasons, like, when he gets in the backfield, if you can hear the game, the field audio, like, teams will yell out his number.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard plenty of times where they've been like 19, and they key on him. And it's like, okay, it's time to switch this up for real.
They yell 19 and it's like, kill everything else. Whatever else the fucking plan was, that's your guy. Like,
exactly.
And that's why Kyle for the last fucking year and a half should have been then calling some trick shit, like, oh, yeah, we're going to put Deebo back there, but we're giving the ball to this person, like.
Exactly. Yeah. He's the decoy. He's
like,
the fake out.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be some genius, offensive freaking genius. Was it you? Is it you? Or was Mike McDaniels a genius? Or a combination of both together that made the genius? Yeah. I don't know. But, like, that's my whole thing. I don't know necessarily, like, he's the mastermind behind, that scheme. So, yeah, half the league is now running it. But they all are running a version of it, right? So, as long as he keeps switching shit up, and that's what we've been complaining about all season long. Like, where's the creativity? Like, stop doing the same shit over and over and over. That's not fucking working.
Exactly. And then I understand, like, he has his bread and butter stuff and this stuff that we run every game, no matter what. And it be working. I'm cool with that. But if you see a team pick up on it and then stop it, that's when you got to go, okay, let me switch it up on them. Let me see if I can hit them with the okie doke, make them think I'm running this, but it's actually something else. That's what we're waiting to see. And it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Well, you could say he's missing McDaniels, but have you seen the fucking Miami's offense and how many points they putting up and what their record is? It's not like they're setting the world ablaze. So how much is Mike McDaniel? Did Mike actually do?
I mean, he did a lot. Right?
He did a lot. I understand, but
I think they're missing each other. That's why I said
it could be that thing. Yeah, it could be,
their entire careers together.
Reunited, and it feels so good, right? Hey, it could be that thing. And you're right. They spent how many eons, years just together talking offense, going over stuff, doing this, doing that. Sometimes two heads are better than one, right? That could be the case.
Yeah, this is what we need to see more of. Shit like that. Definitely. Like, what McDonough say right here. Like, Still like every so often you're gonna have to still give Deebo the ball when he's back there to keep defenses honest,
keeping them honest. I'm with you. But like every time he's back there, you do the kind of the same thing. It's like switch it up. Like I would love to see him like just run a play action to him, and then like somebody gets open downfield. Like it's a big play waiting to happen because everybody's gonna be like, go after Deebo, and somebody will be running wide open.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk a little bit about Charvarius Ward for a moment. So I guess after the game sometime, he deactivated all his social media because I don't know if it's 49ers fans, if it's fans of everybody, I don't know. But I guess there was a bunch of, which I didn't even see any of it. Like the first thing I even saw about Charvarius Ward was that he deactivated the social media. It was that post saying that. So like I had no clue even like what the fuck's going on. But I guess there was a lot of hate on social media about Charvarius Ward getting cooked and all this shit. And I feel like that we had talked about this, about it being a very fine line when you are trying to talk about a player playing like shit, that player's also dealing with stuff in his personal life, like especially the loss of a child. Like I could not even imagine losing my child and having to come sit my ass right here and doing a podcast, let alone losing a child and then having to get out there and play football at the top level in front of millions of fucking people. Like, so it's tough because at the same time, like I'm not going to tell fans not to be fans, and like you're going to be upset. Like we've been upset all season long. So who are we then to tell you guys like stop fucking being upset as fans? But there's a way to do it, like and at the same time, like as a player, like you want to come back to play football because you want to get your mind off of obviously just sitting at home in the home that you had this child in, right? Like with all the child stuff around, with the mom crying, and like none of that's going to help, right? So you want to get out, you want to get back with your guys, you want to get back to playing football, the thing that you love, what you do. But if you're not ready, don't come back. He could have returned to practice and said, I'm not ready to play. Or maybe he thought he was ready, and once he got on the field, his mind was somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I can't pretend to know what a parent that lost their child is going through. And I hope I never have to find out.
Exactly. Like, let's put that out there. Yeah. But we also have to remember this is just his second game back. Second game. And it's like, it's not like he's completely terrible out there. Has he given up some plays? Yes, he has. And you probably missed it after he gave up the touchdown that was scored, on him on Sunday. That's when a bunch of people got online and was like, oh, he's the worst and he's terrible.
Who cares? It's not like that blah, blah, lost blah. The game. Like, exactly. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. And for me, I can't even blame him for that. That was a great play by Chicago. Sometimes like the other team makes plays too. It's not just our team.
Right.
Like freaking Williams threw a dime out there and Awuzie jumped up, grabbed it, and immediately looked down to see where his feet was so he could tap him inbounds. I mean, that was just a great play by two guys. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to that. Like, okay, they wanted that one and they got it. Cool. No problem with that. So, but to kill a guy in the second game back over a great play that was made is like, all right, we're doing a bit too much, especially when we're up 2 touchdowns at the time, right? I think it was more than that. Yeah. So it's like people really need to pump the brakes sometimes and chill and like, let's let him get his legs back. Let's let him, get his mind back and everything under him. Like we give other players grace when they come back, right? We don't say nothing about them. It's always, oh, he just got back. When he gets his legs right, we'll be good, blah, blah, blah. But for him, that hasn't been the case. And it's weird. It's really weird that it hasn't been the case. So I think people just need to chill and take a breath. Like, yes, this season has been frustrating. And I know he's one of our top players, but just chill for a minute. Like, let's give him some time.
I mean, if we're being honest, he probably would have given up that catch regardless. So it's not like he's been playing perfect even before any of this happened. So he's been having a rough season. So, like he hasn't been locked down. Why do you expect him all of a sudden to be locked down? Like
that's true. And just again, coming back,
with, expectations, like
yeah.
Like I swear we do this to ourselves. We expect this much out of somebody. Like lower the expectations down to where they fucking should be, and then you wouldn't be so upset.
You'd be okay.
It happens wrong.
Like, exactly. You'll be okay. Like, don't expect DeAndre Campbell to get out there and stop every run.
Yeah.
Even though he's supposed to be the run-stopping linebacker. You've seen enough from him where your expectations should be like, all right, it's a 50-50 chance he's going to make a play.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's 50 on the right side.
And he had like his best game so far for us. With like he's like, oh, Greenlaw's coming back. Oh, let me play good real quick. Let me see if maybe I can keep some kind of job in here.
But you know what I noticed though? There was a couple of times when we went to nickel, and normally D Winters comes off the field. He went off the field, and they left D Winters out there a few times. So I'm like, oh snap! So maybe he was like, all right,
yeah.
I need to up my game because they benching me now. Like, dude.
I hope when Greenlaw does come back, if it's against the Rams or the week after or whatever, whenever that time comes, I'm hoping that's the way the package works is Fred and Greenlaw. And then when there's 3, it's D Winters.
Yep. I don't want D Winters.
We need our young guy to get this playing time. Like that old bum. Thank you for nothing up until this point, and now go over there and just relax, okay?
Exactly.
Because I'm tired of seeing your ass out there. I've been praying for times like this for you guys to get off the field.
Like, get off the field. I was excited. I was like, oh, it's Fred and D? Yes. Man.
Hashtag Rooks to get into the last giveaway. Hashtag Rooks. Rookies. And Don, you put it wrong. Rookies. It's Rooks. ROOKS. So make sure you put it in there correct so you can get in there. Hashtag Rooks. What's up, SGA Sports Talk?
What's up?
Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, this is it. Is that a lot of fans, like, they could give a shit less about anything that happens with these guys personal, which is fine. If that's the type of fan you are, whatever. But, for the most part, the rest of us fans, like, we have to remember these guys are human. We've been talking about all season, the tragic shit that this team has been through.
Yep.
So to act like it's not going to affect these guys, and even if he comes out and plays a great game, let's not act like the next game he can't come out and then have a bad game, because losing your kid just doesn't go away in a week. Like, that comes, goes. Emotions can affect you certain times. Like,
hit you at a moment's notice.
So he might not ever be okay. Like,
right.
nobody ever knows. Like, there's no book to say, how do I deal with losing my child at a young age? Like, like,
Oh, yeah. Just
you
think
got to deal with it.
he's in a situation where there's kids around, other kids, right? And he can get a flashback to his kid like that.
Yeah.
He'll be playing and look up to the stands and see a little girl, and next thing you know, bam, he's breaking down.
I didn't even think about it, but you're absolutely right.
Right? Like,
yeah,
it's human nature. It can happen in an instant. So, like, my heart breaks for the dude. Like him and Trent. Like, man, like, come on, well, man, yeah.
And then
I got to give them some grace. Yeah.
Shout out to Diamador Lenore. I meant to bring this up last week, and we had ran out of time. But this week he had for his my cleats, my claws. He had one shoe dedicated to his little sister who was born with Down syndrome, and then the other shoe dedicated to Charvarius Ward's daughter. Yeah. Like, I thought that was so awesome of him. Like, a great way to have your guys back, and show your love and your support. Like, such an awesome thing. I was in tears when I watched a little video of him talking about his cleats and stuff. Like, man, what a great thing to do.
Yeah. And the cleats, they look great too. And it was such a great way to honor, them. And I had said this, I'm not sure if I said it with you, but I said it with, or Jess, but I'm like, the others guys in the locker room are impacted as well, because they have like young kids, young people in their lives that are going through some stuff who they think about, and they don't want to be in that situation. Like, it just weighs heavy on the entire locker room. So, like, these guys got to get over an emotional toll themselves. Even though they're not directly impacted, they are impacted.
Yep.
So, man, so much shit going on. But yeah, but his cause was dope. I love the cleats. If I had the opportunity to like bid on them, I would, because they do that to give money to charity. Yeah. They look so good, and seeing Mariah's name on there was just awesome. It was a great thing he did.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Hashtag Rooks. Get in there. Get in there. We're about to draw. Let's draw. What's up, the Under the Helmet podcast?
What's up?
He says,
some cards are fire.
My thoughts on this Deebo just talks. He doesn't lead by example. No, I mean,
you're right. I ain't got no argument with you. You're right. You notice he wasn't the guys that spoke in front of the room, right? He wasn't one of the guys that spoke in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Probably sure he'll be on this podcast talking about it, but hey, what can you do? Like, but dude, you got to show up. You got to show up the same way you yelled at Jake Moody to lock in. Now's your time to lock in. Like, and think about it. Since that moment, how much have you really done? I mean, come on.
That's the funniest part of it all. It's like, you're yelling and hitting, putting your hands on your teammates, telling them to lock in, and you've been shit since.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bruh.
Yes, absolutely crazy. Like, you should have been playing your fucking absolute heart out since then to prove.
Exactly. And it wasn't like you were scoring 2 and 3 touchdowns a game anyway. Like, dude.
I think he has one touchdown this season?
Yep.
One fucking touchdown.
I think it's like 1 receiving and 1 rushing. I got to check, but either way, super low.
And you're there putting your hands on players, on your teammates, the guys that are supposed to be your brothers. Exactly. You're supposed to be a captain.
You know?
Crazy. All right, let's draw. This is what we got. For those that weren't here when I showed, we got the rookies, all three of them. You see them there. I'm going to draw Cowing, then Ricky, then Garendo.
All right.
So good luck to y'all. Let's go. Who's going to be the swiper this time? Me!
That is really swiper, no swiping right there.
Right?
Take your own
That was the
card.
best one. That's the best one it could have landed on.
Yep.
Rob D.
Congrats.
Cowing is yours. All right. Ricky. Ricky. Good luck. So I saw that you said your X name isn't the same as your YouTube name. So what's your X name so that we can be connecting you?
Yep.
What is this? Initial 90. Congrats. Let us know who you are so we know.
Yeah. Put your X handle up there, your Twitter handle up there. Send you a DM. Get them cards out to you.
The secret.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Who is
That's Ascendancy. Dude.
Oh. Well, hello.
Exactly. Look at you, just
Definitely
winning everything.
not the same name. Would have never guessed that was you. So appreciate you coming through.
No doubt.
All right. Last one. Garendo. Please
right?
be okay and run us to victory, sir. I love the way he runs. And we've been missing that speed. Freaking Raheem, you know? Like the way he was hitting the edges, like, oh, yes. Where's it been?
Exactly. That speed on the outside. Congrats.
Yes.
And he runs with a little power, too. He's got strength to him. So it's not just all speed. And it's like, and it's crazy. We see it, and it's like, yo, we could have been mixing that into the offense all season long. Like every game, we should have been had him out there doing his thing in certain ways. Like that little pass he caught out the backfield and then took it upfield for somewhat.
That was nice.
40 yards, 30 yards or something. It's like, oh man, that we could have been killing teams with that all season long. Man. That's why Kyle frustrates us a lot, y'all, when he doesn't use his personnel, especially these young guys. It's something about the young rookies and second-year players. It's like, dude, you got to get them on the field. Like Jacob Cowing, you know I love me some Jacob Cowing. He gets in there at the end of the game, and sure enough, he gets wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, all this kid does is get open. Of course, crappy-ass Brandon Allen can't get him the ball, overthrows him right to the safety, but that's not his fault. He did his job and got wide open. Just like, yo, imagine Brock seeing that and hitting him in stride for a big play. It's like,
that's what we've been waiting for.
Get him on the field for a couple of plays. Like he gets open. You need that. I mean, we're arguing about one guy can't beat one-on-one coverage. Well, this rookie can.
Yeah.
We've seen him do it. Get him out there for a couple of plays. What could it hurt? Oh, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
All right.
Yeah. And, you know, like I've seen obviously now the people that, you know, there's been the whole get rid of Kyle, fire Kyle crew up until this point, right? And really loud the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And now after one win, now we have the complete, opposite side of the Kyle's God crew that coming out of the woodworks. And it's like, well, look what happened, blah, blah, which, yeah, Kyle called a great game. And Kyle, and this is how we started off the show talking about other fans act like we're whining because we lose and we're talking about it. And it's like, well, we're used to winning. You guys are used to being losers. You're
used to getting blown out.
Yeah.
That's your culture.
We weren't expecting this. Like the same thing with Kyle. Like, and I know like we joke and call, the genius, whatever, but like you're supposed to be not necessarily a genius, but that smart, like when it comes to this shit. So we expect and hold you to that level. Like we know you're not one of these dumbasses that every time people talk about replacing him, it's like, oh, you want Chip Kelly, you want this motherfucker, this, the dumbest guys they could possibly bring up. Like we know coaches. Kyle's not that. Yeah. But it's like, be what, like, I don't know if he like gets in the way of his own self. I swear. It's like he is his own fucking worst enemy.
Yeah.
And like, if he could just get out of his own fucking head, put his ego to the side, he would be such a great coach. Like he has it in him. Like, look at the great games that he can fucking draw up.
Yeah.
But then other times it's just like, I want to bang my head into the wall because it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Facts.
Like, we're not even head coaches and we can see you're doing a shitty ass job, buddy.
Yep.
But
everything you said, like it made me immediately think of that Minnesota game. We just kept trying to call these freaking like outside quick passes.
Yeah.
And like the defensive end kept jumping upfield and tipping the ball. And it's like, dude, this shit ain't working. Call something else. Yeah. But nope, he just, his ego, like, oh, I know this gonna work. Let me call it. It ain't working. Switch, change, realize, all right, this ain't it. I'm calling some bullshit. Let me go into my big playbook and pick anything else. But because this ain't it. We love him, but he gets on our nerves sometimes, y'all. Let's be real.
And like he's been so faithful. Like that's one of my biggest things too with him in the past is like to his friends that are coaches that have been on the staff. Like he stays so faithful and loyal to these guys when they should have been fired long ago. Like I feel like he's doing the same thing with Deebo in a way. Like that's his buddy, and so he's remaining faithful for him. Like I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall out. Like he went to bat for this guy. He got him paid like a wide receiver and a running back. Like he leaned on him. Deebo was there for him that entire season. That his get paid season. And what Shanahan's gonna be like? Oh, I made a mistake. Deebo's not who I thought he was. Yeah. Hell no, he's not going to.
Nope.
Shanahan been in love with Deebo since the freaking that bowl fucking whatever game that he fucking coached with the college
that
players.
Senior Bowl or wherever it was. Yeah,
the Senior Bowl. Yeah.
Yep.
So no way he's gonna say, "Oh, blah blah blah." Like that's not who Kyle is.
No way.
So he's gonna ride him to the fucking wheels fall off. Like, that's his guy.
That's exactly what he's gonna do. So we just gotta be patient and live through it.
Yeah, but. Do we want him replaced? No. So, like, let's just calm down.
No, Kyle's still a great coach.
Yeah.
Still, he's built this winning culture. It's still a winning culture, even though our record doesn't reflect it. This team really isn't as bad as it is. We just killed ourselves this season a lot. But it's still a winning culture. It's not like we've been losing 4 or 5 years in a row and the team's been ass.
Right.
That is not the case.
Yeah.
We've had success. And even though it hasn't been the ultimate success, we've been right there on the cusp of it. And now we're having one down season, and it's like, oh, we got to blow everything up. He's got to go. No, that's not what you do. That's not what you do with a winning program, right?
Such extremes, like. Can't ever just be like, it's like one fucking extreme or the other.
Exactly. Just think of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was the best quarterback in the league, MVP. People are like, give him 60 million, 70 million now. He's the next Joe Montana. Has one bad game in Buffalo last week. I don't know if we should sign him. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should draft another quarterback. He's got to prove himself. How was it the two extremes? Where did that come from? After one game, it just makes you shake your head and laugh a little sometimes, but it's crazy to hear the talk that comes out.
Yeah. All right. Closing thoughts. Anything else going on this week? What you got?
East Coast Red and Gold tomorrow. Preview the Rams game a bit. But I'm hoping Garendo plays. I'm hoping Dre gets on the field. I'm hoping Nick Bosa makes a surprise appearance. Would love to see him out there with Fred and Dre behind him, kind of like old times. It's good stuff. And I'm just hoping, what happened on Sunday continues Thursday night. Some 49er football, because it was beautiful to see.
Quick thoughts on this.
Well, this is what I want to say. People are saying, Jair Brown lost his job to Hufanga. That's not the case. Jair Brown was simply filling in for Hufanga until he got back. Remember that. Okay? This was Huff's job, and he got injured. Now that he's back, he's back. Okay? And let's not forget, Jair Brown, I believe, has only played 21 career games thus far. He's still a young player, still learning some stuff. So although he's taken a little dip this season, it's expected. This is what happens to young players. But I think he still has great potential and such. But if you get your all-pro back, of course you're going to bench the guy. Like, hell, Dre Greenlaw's coming back. DeAndre Campbell, see ya. Deuces. Good having you out there. We got our all-pro back. You know what I mean? Like, Yatir Gross-Matos just had a monster game. 3 sacks. That's awesome. But if Nick Bosa comes back, Yatir, you getting on the bench. Yeah. It is what it is. So I ain't mad at it. And Jair Brown, I'm sure he'll learn and grow and be better in years to come. For a second-year player, like I said, only played 21 games thus far. He'll be all right.
Yeah. I'll touch on it more tomorrow on my show tomorrow. But real quick, I'll just read this tweet that I sent out this morning. I said, I love how most of the 49ers have been playing like ass this season, but Jair Brown isn't given a pass in his sophomore season. He's automatically trash while everyone else on the team gets every fucking excuse in the book. Not the young talent, though.
Perfectly said.
And like I said, I'll touch on it more. Tomorrow, Two Goat Show is not going to be Thursday because we got a game Thursday and I'm traveling on vacation Thursday. Woo-hoo. So out of here. So tomorrow, 12:30 Pacific time. Early show. So Sweet. Come spend your lunchtime with the Two Goats. And yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you, everybody that showed up, came through. Please, again, as a reminder, make sure you're subscribed to Ty's channel. The link is in the description box of this video, as well as the Christmas get money that I'm trying to raise for my friends.
Check the banner.
The banner, there's the info, Cash App, Venmo. The link to all the info on that is in the description box of this video as well. I did touch on it and went on a big spiel to start the show on it. So if you need more info, please go back, listen to that. She's a single mom of 2 girls, trying to make ends meet and could use some help. So if you have it in you, have the funds, please help. Anything, $1, $5, anything helps. Greatly appreciated. We're out of here. Me and Ty will be back next week, Monday, Tuesday. We're here. See y'all. Peace.
See ya.